Hey guys, it's Daniel, licensed therapist. So I haven't been posting many videos recently, and that's because, well, I live by the Eaton fires, very close actually. And it was crazy because on the 7th, Tuesday night, I was just eating dinner and I hear a knock on my door, and it's my good buddy Brandon. And he said, "Hey, did you know there's a fire nearby?" I had no idea. And so I looked outside and I saw the yellow glow in the sky, and I smelled the smoke, and I thought, "Oh man, there was a fire nearby." And he said, "Jump in my car, let's check it out." And I gotta say, everybody needs a friend like Brandon. But we went in his car and we drove by, and the whole mountain was on fire. And this was before the evacuation notice. So I went home right away and we just packed up and left. And ever since then, I've just been on the road in different places. And so I've been away from my beautiful office, my lovely screen, and all my equipment. So I haven't been able to record anything. But it's a very tumultuous time and an interesting time. And I gotta say, I feel very fortunate because I'm a lot better off than a lot of people. I have a lot of family and friends and support. So we've been relatively fine. But I think a good question is, how have I been dealing with these fires? And physically, and all my needs have been met. Like physically, I'm fine, but mentally, how am I doing? And I have to say this. Even though mental health professionals and therapists work with people, we know what to do and we know what to tell people, but we don't always do it ourselves. So just because you're a mental health professional doesn't mean you're doing well all the time. In fact, a lot of mental health professionals, they struggle with mental health. But I checked in with myself during this time, and I find myself relatively healthy mentally. I feel like I'm doing pretty well. And reflecting on it, it's really interesting because I remember packing up the car, and it was this frantic search for things that were important, and I thought it was fun. I was like, man, I feel alive. I feel like I'm surviving. It was breaking up the monotony of life. And I just had this very weird perspective that I was having a good time because it was exciting. And I know not everyone has that, but that was my experience. And I feel like that was something interesting that I felt like was a good thing to do at the time. And also, I didn't have much during this time. I just packed pretty much a couple pairs of pants, couple sweaters. I had one underwear. I had no socks. It was basically what I had on me, and that was what I was surviving on most of the time. But I didn't miss anything. In fact, during the time when there was no information, I didn't even know if my house burned down. I thought to myself, you know what? If my house burns down, who cares? It's just stuff that I really don't even need. And I'm even talking about my beautiful office. So I thought it was a really good reflection on life and a good check in with myself that I don't need a lot of material things to be happy. I had everything that I needed and that I was fine. So, how did I get through it? I don't know. I feel like it was something that had been built up inside of me for a long time. I stored my values and what I thought was important in certain things that wasn't like that wasn't material. I don't know how to put it. I valued things that couldn't be burned up or that I just had with me. So I'm doing great. I'm doing fine. I'm still not at home. Thinking about making content, and if I do, it's probably going to be this background, not the best lighting, but who cares? Thanks for watching, you guys. I'll see you next time.